I would like to show you a last game from Chess Opening Essentials Volume 2 on unusual lines against 1d4, not only because it can help me in the future, but it can help you definitely if you play 1d4. At the moment I'm not playing 1d4, but in a match it could happen. The game I want to show you is Kaliberda Vladimir against Pogromsky Mikhail, and it was played in Nizhny Tagil 2007. So the game starts with d4 and the unusual line is knight c6. Why it's unusual? Because when you play d5 you could do this, but if you play knight c6 right away it's a kind of Alekhine defense against 1d4, but d4 is protected. So when you play d5 your knight goes here, right? And we start the dance. f4, knight g6, f5, knight e5, and bishop f4, d6, e4. So white has gained a space advantage, right? Is controlling your square, 1, 2, 3 at least. Not bad for the opening. Of course, now black can attack those advanced pawns. So let's see what happens, okay? So after e4, knight f6, bishop takes e5, d takes e5, knight c3, a6 to prevent a bishop b5 because clearly it's a problem. Queen f3, e6 attacking the pawn chain, castle. So white is still keeping his advantage. E takes f5, e takes f5, and bishop d6. Let's see now how white continues. White needs to continue to expand to prove that black didn't play correctly. This is at least my feeling. And in fact he plays g4, h6 to stop a possible g5, h4 countering it again, bishop d7, knight g e2, and c6 attacking the central pawn. The problem at this point with this c6, in my opinion, is that obviously white doesn't take, but this side has become weak. So would you really castle on the side? And definitely you are not going to castle on this side, because with these two pawns that are already here, I don't know what he's doing, right? So white continues the attack. g5. Very interesting move. Very interesting move. So if it takes, you can take, because if it takes, take back. Okay. So he plays knight takes d5. Knight e4, as you can see, all the forces are going toward the black king, bishop e7, and c4, knight b6, knight to c3, in this way he protects the pawn c4, h takes g5, at this point you don't take, right? Because you are attacking. So how do you attack? f6. Bishop takes f6. H takes g5. Rook takes h1. Now, if you are white, what would you play here? because this is one of the questions you should ask yourself. And this is the important thing generally why the game should be annotated, because The author could put the annotation just as diagrams in important moment. For me, this is an important moment. What do you do as white? Do you take back? White played g takes f6. Rook g1, try to protect from this. Queen f2. Rook g6. F takes g7. Rook takes g7. And now queen c5. It's starting to become interesting, this game. Very interesting. Because knight here, it's becoming a mess for black. Here, as you can see. So queen c5, it's a very powerful move. Knight c8, avoiding that check, but e5 is not protected. Probably you cannot play queen e7 because of knight f6. Let's see. King f8, knight f6 in any case, queen e7, knight takes d7 check, because it's protected by that. Oh my god, the game is over. King g8, knight f6 again, check. King f8, knight c, e4. Beautiful move, right? Obviously, if he plays this, what do you think is white playing? You are right. I hope you understood that this is a checkmate situation, because nobody would give you a queen for nothing, especially being down material. And so the move is rook d8 check. And when you go here, the next move is checkmate. Boom! Why checkmate? So as you can see, the goal of the game is to give checkmate. This Kaliberda Vladimir was a really good player, it seems. Beautiful game, just 30 moves, and black lost. And it seems everything enough logical, right? The moves of white weren't totally crazy. It was just expanding, developing his pieces, castling. Black never did that. So maybe knight c6 as a move against d4, maybe not the best one. Also, if of course the black player is a strong player, higher rated, or Magnus, yes, things totally change.